Frieren was one of the best anime that was released in the fall of last year and continued to reign as one of the best in the winter of 2024. So allow me to congratulate Frieren for winning the following awards. The mangaka Kanehito Yamada truly should be happy to know how successful the series became, as we should all hope and wait for the next season. I will now start explaining what made the series as great as it was, which is me just glazing it from start to finish. There are only two parts of the story that I would like to bring attention to. To start off, I love how the main focus of the plot is taking an already cliche story to follow and focusing on the journey afterwards, centered around an elf who lives with the struggle of outliving the people she cares for. I have not seen another series that takes the long lifespan of elves or other races and places this much importance on how it affects them, how others perceive them to be, and how they live. We see a dynamic that isn't usually used and brings freshness to the plot. And lastly, while there is a concrete goal which is to discover heaven and to talk to their loved ones, the overall journey is very loose, having many parts of the episodes or single chapters if you read the manga. Each have their own story with little to no consequence on the main plot, which is more rare to see than what people think. The characters that are shown each have their own individual aspects that sets them apart while also revealing a great amount of importance as well, as is not just Frieren, Fern, and Stark, but we also get introduced into other characters later in the series, such as Cian. He was a character who dreamed of being an adventurer, but lost any desire of being one for the sake of his brother, and we see Frieren experiencing a similar moment, recalling the time when she first joined the hero party, noticing that both she and Cian share the same age problem, where neither of them are fit for any sort of adventure, using it as an excuse to stay inactive. This reveals the interconnection that Frieren and Cian share, and while this brings great character development for Cian, this grants Frieren the experience to learn from her past decisions and reflect on them. And the most intriguing character who caught my attention the most was shown only to the end of the anime, which was Ciri, and despite her scarce appearance, the one trait she definitely portrayed the most to us was her philosophy on how magic should be utilized. That magic should be special and just can't be just given to any human, as she believed they wouldn't be able to perform it well, saying only a select few who actually possess the talent for it are the ones able to learn it. But unfortunately, we never get to truly understand her true reasons as to why she feels the way she does, even later in the manga, so I am sure we will learn of this, most likely once we learn of her past. But that won't be for a while. Another interesting character we got introduced to was Denken. When he was first brought into the story, he was seen as a powerful and intelligent individual who was an imperial mage, meaning he has the wealth, power, and influence to get anything he wants, and you see others question as to why a man of such high stature would take the first class mage exam when he already has himself set for life. It was only later when he was defeated by Frieren that we learned the reason as to why he was so determined to win. Denken stated that his hometown is within a region that is filled with dangerous areas and monsters, and had become a prohibited area where only certain people are allowed access, people like first class mages. There are definitely more characters I want to talk about, but they obviously deserve their own video, so I'm only going to strictly talk about the anime. The world building in Frieren has a surprisingly close format to One Piece, when they travel as a group traveling from one place to the next with a desired location, but instead of the One Piece is to travel to heaven. Along with the fact that each arc is based on the country or town they choose to temporarily stay in, like Graf Grenad's domain or Outburst, the world is only explained in a way that connects to certain people, well specifically the hero party during their journey of saving many people and defeating powerful demons, or characters like Flambe who show repetitive mentions due to the significance of her actions, like her grimoire possessing knowledge of heaven, or the long-staying barrier over Grenad's territory. It is also very informative and heavy on how their present is formed by the legacy and knowledge of the heroes of the past with their connection to certain figures, with one of the strongest influences being Himmel. He is shown in almost every town, with people even holding festivals in his name along with others. Another being the Continental Magic Association, an organization meant to gather all mages, especially the more talented ones, which was led by Ciri and has fully transformed the way mages are seen and utilized in their current era. And this all grounds the very foundation of how the world is built, surrounding not just the main cast, but the other characters around them as well. Flashbacks are integral in this series since it shows the mirrored reflection that Frieren is experiencing on her second journey with friends who have had close ties to her former party members, mainly Hater and Aizen. Frieren is both learning something new which he never took a chance to even consider before, to now even teaching both Fern and Stark the joys of adventuring, and her discovering the large change she gained from it. Throughout the repeated journey, every now and again, Frieren will experience certain moments that reminds her of her adventure with the hero party and reminiscent on the changes she developed as a result of her time spent with them. Out of all the memory recollections she had, the one which stood out the most to me was Frieren's conversation with Ciri on how due to Flamme's actions, the future will undoubtedly be an era in which humans will not only be able to challenge the demons, but the human race will also have a firm grip on the world of magic as a whole. As Siri herself says, in just 1,000 years, we will be overtaken by humans, giving a warning to Frieren that if she were to halt her training in magic, the Demon King will not be the only one capable of killing her, but also a human mage. Another flashback connection is how Frieren managed to enter the hero party with Himmel, Hater, and Eisen. It was Himmel who extended his hand to Frieren despite what her suppressed mana had suggested, all because of the single flowerbed spell that used to help Himmel when he was a child, showing the long-standing connection they mysteriously had and the changes she had gone through. And as you all know by now, those 10 years truly did change your life greatly. So if you love the anime, then check out the manga, since I know you will enjoy it, and subscribe for more anime and manga content. Peace.